The clock is ticking toward a critical crossroad that could fundamentally reshape the future of our nation. Across the country, a massive collective of citizens, community forums, and historicultural organizations have converged to issue a definitive ultimatum to the state. The destination is clear, and the date is set, the 30th of June, 2026.
All people who are in South Africa or in KwaZulu-Natal without permits, they have to go back to their countries. If they want to come back, they must only come when they have what permits them to be in KwaZulu-Natal. That is a firm position by our government, by our citizens, that to be here, you must be here legally so. If not so, you are against the law.
As ordinary citizens join hands with the March and March Coalition, an unprecedented wave of public pressure is sweeping through the provinces. In every corner of our cities, a singular powerful slogan is echoing from the masses. Abahambe, go home, enough is enough. From the high-stakes political corridors of Parliament to the daily realities on our factory floors and township economies, the demand for strict constitutional order and immediate mass deportation has reached a boiling point. As ordinary citizens join hands with the March and March Coalition, an unprecedented wave of public pressure is sweeping through the provinces. In every corner of our cities, a singular powerful slogan is echoing from the masses. Abahambe, go home, enough is enough. From the high-stakes political corridors of Parliament to the daily realities on our factory floors and township economies, the demand for strict constitutional order and immediate mass deportation has reached a boiling point.
I think it's very disappointing. I mentioned this in the meeting as well, to see the posture that African countries continue to assume when it comes to leadership of their own people. African countries are comfortable with being failures, majority of them, of course not all of them. There are very few African countries that can really stand for what is right and stand for their people. South Africa, luckily, is a country with human rights and has emphasized the importance of protecting the human rights of all. And I think that's why we've become a hub for people wanting to be protected from their own governments.
But as the public prepares to voice their constitutional rights, a deep systemic divide is tearing through the leadership. While the streets unite under the call for legal immigration and protected borders, the governing powers seem caught in a chaotic double agenda. Why does a cry for the rule of law split the nation? And what happens when the June 30th deadline officially expires?
To those who are here legally, respect us as South Africans, respect our laws, respect our conventions and our traditions, as you would want us to respect the laws and traditions of your own country. As a nation that defeated colonialism and apartheid through international solidarity, we carry a responsibility to advance constitutional values beyond our borders. So we then therefore say, yes, let us allow our laws to take their course. We have already set in place the way in which we will be able to deal with those who are in our country illegally. We remain committed to multilateralism, to respect for international law and principled diplomacy. International law was born from the devastation of global conflict. It is a shield for all countries in the world, regardless of their size or influence. True multilateralism demands respect for diversity while remaining firm in the core principles of sovereignty, of human rights, of freedom, of accountability.
Amazulu, wena wazulu,
As the noise on the streets grows louder, an intellectual shift is happening in the boardrooms. To truly understand the 30th of June deadline, we have to look past the emotional headlines and separate raw facts from international media narratives. Are South Africans inherently discriminatory, or are they reacting to a universal human boundary? An international global business mind who has lived across the globe, from the United Kingdom and the United States to the Middle East, is breaking down the psychology of the crisis. He frames the issue not through hatred, but through a simple, undeniable logic, the unspoken rules of being a guest in someone else's home.
What are the facts? The fact is that South Africans are not xenophobic. I want to be clear on this. South Africans are not xenophobic. We live in a diverse country that, as I'm speaking to you right now, has over 100 different nationalities that I'm almost sure, just within the province of Gauteng where I am, there are probably over 100 different nationalities with whom I share my country, my province, my home. So South Africans are not xenophobic. And I want that to be understood, because I think making that statement outright sets the tone for some of the things that I'm going to be saying next. And I think the frustration is, you can go to somebody else's country as a migrant. I've lived in other countries. I've lived in Australia, I've lived in the US, I've lived in the UK, I've lived in the Middle East. But there is a way that you approach living in somebody else's country because you recognize you're a guest. And just as I would if I was coming into your home, I would pay you the respect of recognizing that I'm a guest in your home, that there's a certain duty of care and common sense about how I should conduct myself in your home. That I certainly wouldn't come into your home and then proceed to superimpose myself, my culture, my values, not only on you, but also your space. And then when you tell me that that's not okay, I then tell you that you can't tell me. And I think we both would agree that if I did do that, you would say, why don't you get out of my house? And so what you're seeing is a frustration. It's a response, it's a frustration.
But citizen frustration is only one side of a collapsing coin. If the rules of the house are being ignored, it points to a much deeper breakdown inside the state itself. When public trust erodes and criminality takes hold, where does the process of national renewal actually begin?
Dangerous territory. South Africa is standing at such a crossroad as we speak today. So we cannot continue to normalize corruption. We shouldn't continue to protect incompetence in the main from public servants. We cannot continue to romanticize criminality whilst our citizens live behind burglar bars. When business collapse because of extortion, when communities suffer because of organized crime, and the public trust in institutions continue to erode. The truth is painful. A capable state cannot coexist with compromised institutions. And the process of renewal cannot selectively target certain sectors of society while others remain untouched. The spring cleaning that we are currently experiencing within the criminal justice system must cut across all sectors of our society. Government departments at the national level as well as the provincial level, municipalities, private sector, yes, law enforcement is affected, not only the South African Police Service, but all other law enforcement that we have, the private sector, and yes, of course, the media itself. Every institution in this country must ask a difficult question. Are we saving South Africa or are we saving ourselves? Because patriotism is not found in slogans. It is found in accountability. It is found in ethical leadership. And is found in courage. And it is found in a willingness to place the country before comfort. We don't have to all agree, and you don't have to be friends, you don't have to like each other, but we all have a responsibility to serve the interest of South Africa. So this country doesn't need heroes, but it needs principled people.
Thina singamazulu wena basulu isilumisusu awususelo natane thina singamazulu wena basulu isilumisusu siyacela uhulumeni awususelo natane thina singamazulu wena basulu isilumisusu siyacela uhulumeni awususelo natane thina singamazulu wena basulu isilumisusu siyacela uhulumeni awususelo natane thina singamazulu wena basulu isilumisusu siyacela uhulumeni awususelo natane thina singamazulu